Let's move on to the next topic, which is DC fandom, and I'm sure that's probably something you've heard a lot of lately in the last couple weeks or a month or so. So DC fandom, where a virtual DC panels will occur over 2 days, one on August 22nd and one on September 15th, because DC extended the event from 1 day to 2 days. And I'm sure over those 2 days, DC is going to reveal a bunch of awesome stuff, whether it's their movies or television shows or whatever they're going to talk about. So I thought it would be pretty fun to kind of give a little bit of my predictions on what I think will happen over those 2 days in DC fandom. Is it Fandome or Fandom? I'm pretty sure it's Fandome. But it's kind of funny because I didn't even know what this DC fandom thing even was a month ago, or a month or so ago, because I was like, what is this DC thing everybody's talking about? And then those last 2 weeks, that's all you've been hearing about, and already there's been some awesome announcements before this thing has even started. But like I said, I thought it would be pretty fun if I gave my predictions on what I think is going to occur over these 2 days of DC fandom. Now, my first prediction, this kind of connects with a later topic that we'll talk about, and that is Ben Affleck. Obviously, I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit later. But with the announcement of Ben Affleck coming back as Batman, I kind of think Ben Affleck will show up in one of the panels, probably the Flashpoint one, and I think it would be absolutely awesome if Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton showed up at the Flashpoint panel. I'm crossing my fingers for that to happen, but that's one of my predictions. Another one of my predictions that I'm pretty confident in saying that we will get some of Matt Reeves' The Batman footage. I don't know, maybe like a little teaser trailer like they did with Batman vs. Superman at Comic-Con, how they showed that little thing with like people talking over it and all that. Then it was already announced that we're going to get a Wonder Woman 1984 trailer tomorrow, probably during the panel. And then you also have the Suicide Squad, and I think we'll also get some footage from the Suicide Squad, since, you know, they've already wrapped shooting and they're already in the post-production process. So I do feel like we'll get some footage from the Suicide Squad again, maybe another little teaser trailer. And then you also have your Black Adams and your Shazams and your Aquamans, which again haven't started production at all. But I think they probably talk a little bit about the story, hint at maybe some big things that might happen. I hear that Aquaman 2 might have a little bit more of a horror element in it, so I don't really see, obviously we're not going to get any footage out of those, but I do think we'll probably get some more story details from those panels. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from DC fandom, whatever you want to call it. But definitely leave a comment down below in the comment section of what you think is going to happen at DC fandom. So with that said, let's move on to the next